Maybe you're a little too keen on avoiding conflict, but that's okay. Yeah, I am, to be honest.
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello beautifuls, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to TODO today. We are here. Finally, we made it to the finals with Phoenix. Sorry to everyone who lost this round, but this is our selection. Next up is the last part of today's final, a face-off of the contestants to determine who will start as a junior artist at Naughty Cat next month. This is pretty sad. Well, and there's also $1,000 to be won. Oh my god, all this for $1,000 and a job. Tough. This is it. I already almost expected that I'd have to compete directly with Phoenix if I wanted to win. There's one final test left. They said it's a face-off, but it'll have to be related to the job, right? I can't win with technical skill alone. They basically said so themselves. Then I'll have to find some other quality that makes me desirable for them. Shoot, dude. Alright, Michiko, Phoenix, are you ready? You can think of this final test as some sort of job interview. Both of you have something that qualifies you to work here, but we want to see who would be better, who will be the better addition to the team. A little disclaimer though for everyone watching at home, our decisions here only represent our studio policies. Other companies might look for other qualities, and just because something worked here doesn't mean it'll work for other studios. Do your research before you apply. But let's start with the first question now. There was probably a reason why you decided to take part in this competition, right? So why exactly do you want to work at Naughty Cat? Shoot. Phoenix? Well, I was introduced to video games fairly late, and I can't say that they're much more than a pastime for me. But I think the challenge of creating art that is aesthetic and still serves a purpose is a lot more present in games than in other media. It intrigued me, and Naughty Cat seems like one of the best studios to work at. Alright, and you, Michiko? I love your games. Is that lame? Is that lame of me to say? I don't care. Well, I've been playing your games for years. They're seriously among my favorites, and if there's a game studio I'd want to work at, it's Naughty Cat. Just thought of contributing to some of my favorite franchises makes me excited. Well, that's some nice enthusiasm, but is this the only reason you applied here? Well, basically. Alright, thanks for your answers. Well, shoot, that doesn't sound good. I'm in kind of a pinch. Would you be honest, that honest? You're one of the best? I think you're one of the best, if not the best, to game studios right now. The overall quality, the scope, and the attention to detail are always so impressive. To be honest, is a little... Okay, maybe this is the correct one, because there's more choices here. Who wouldn't want to work... Well, to be honest, it's a little intimidating. I'm not completely sure if I'm ready to work at a place like this, but I want to try. And I think I'm capable of getting good enough to hold on my own here. You know what they say, the first step to improvement is self-awareness. Well, this definitely gives us a better idea of your motivation. Then let's continue with the classic. Michiko, what do you think is your biggest weakness? Okay, that was obviously the best choice. Where do I even start? Being an introvert. Probably being an introvert? I mean, there is nothing inherently bad with that, but it usually takes some time before I warm up around new people. And well, I know that my awkwardness can sometimes get in the way of communication. I mean, I have no idea how it would be in a studio environment, but just getting that out there. Alright, Phoenix. I'm not changing my answer for that. I don't care if I win or lose. I can relate to that, but I wouldn't go as far as to calling it my biggest weakness. I really enjoy painting. To relax, I usually paint just for the sake of painting. And as you mentioned earlier, I often get lost in the details. That's not really what's important for concept art, though. So if you just go by that, illustration might actually be what I enjoy most. And I think I want to be an artist rather than an artisan. As enjoyable as it is to create art just for the process of creating it, I want to create something with more use and meaning to it, which can be a challenge for me, but I think overcoming weaknesses is the only way to grow. Well, knowing where you can improve is important, but don't forget to sell us your strong points too. So tell us, why should we choose you over the other? This is tough! Especially if he's our friend. Wait for Phoenix to answer first. Because of my understanding of your projects, because concept art isn't just about technical skill. Talk it out with Phoenix? What does that even mean? I don't know. I want to choose it. Can we maybe talk about this? I realize that this is mainly about us selling our strong points, but I don't think it's that simple. Phoenix and I are inherently different in what we can and can't do, so I can't just say, here's what makes me better. And I'd like to believe that it's the same the other way around. Well, now that's interesting. Go ahead, talk it out. So the most obvious answer would be that Phoenix wins in technical skill, while I maybe think of slightly more interesting designs, right? Yeah, I think that's more or less what I would have said. But isn't this basically unimportant when you want to figure out who would be a better fit for the team? Or rather, how should we know what exactly you need? Oh, right, I didn't think of that. I mean, ultimately, we can't really answer the question because we don't even know the team. So, is this a trick question? I don't know, but probably not. I mean, our answers say a lot about our personalities, right? Well, yeah, but I still feel like this was supposed to throw us off balance. I'll admit that this was a bit of a curveball to see what you'll do, but we definitely didn't expect this. So, how are we supposed to answer then? Well, we can still talk about our strong points, right? I just don't think saying what makes us better than the other really works. But I also feel iffy about saying what's good about me because for better or worse, I think everyone still has a subjectively view on themselves. Subjective view. Sure, go ahead. And in a way, our question was already answered, but feel free to continue. Should we continue? He said it was already answered. Whatever. I'd like to continue, but why don't we talk about other one's strong points? We'd probably miss some things, but isn't it more objective this way? Or well, at least it's subjective in a different way. That's fine by me. So, should I start? I'm sure. Let's see. I really like the simplicity in your eye. For the most part, it never feels like something is missing. You just reduced everything to the bare minimum that is necessary for it to work. I don't think I could do that, even if I tried. Alright, and your personality. I haven't known you for long, but I think you have a good sense of responsibility. At least when other people are involved. You don't just stop doing what needs to be done. Thanks. Just flirting live on live streaming. Personally, I think one of your biggest strong points is how diligent you are. You do your work well and don't waste any time. I also feel like you have pretty high standards for yourself and what you're working on. And at least to me, it seems like you don't really struggle to reach them. Now isn't that sweet? You two are definitely full of surprises. Well then. We need some time to come to a conclusion, but I think this was a productive interview. We'll tell you when we've made a decision. Alright, whatever. I still got a job at a bookstore, even if I don't get this dream job. There's gonna be another opening somewhere. We were supposed to wait outside while the judges talked about what they just heard. It was kind of nerve-wracking. They didn't introduce themselves, but it was likely that we just stood in front of lead artists, art directors, and who knows who else. I think almost 20 minutes passed before we were called back into the room. To be honest, I didn't think the decision would take so long, but then again, this is a fairly important decision for them, and ultimately also for us. Sorry for the wait. The debate ended up being a little more heated than I expected. It was close, but we finally come to a conclusion. Of course, we were looking for a talented artist. Otherwise, the initial selection, the theoretical test, and the practical task wouldn't have been there. But that isn't all we're looking for. Michiko, we were positively surprised by your initiative during the interview. There weren't any clear expectations we wanted you to meet, but it was important to us to see how you deal with stress and how you function with other people. Rivalry is good and all, but it can also get in the way of teamwork. You didn't want to compare your strong points to Phoenix's on the basis that you're too different to be directly compared. And 'cause I like Phoenix. I'm not gonna hurt homeboy here, okay? If I have feelings for him, I'm not gonna diss his work. And I don't think he would diss my work, 'cause we're friends. Maybe you're a little too keen on avoiding conflict, but that's okay. Yeah, I am, to be honest. Thinking about other people on your team is definitely a plus. And you also thought about the purpose of the question instead of just answering it right away. We like it if people show some agency at work. That's what ultimately convinced us. The decision we've come to is that you will be— oh shoot, no! What about Phoenix? That you will be our new junior artist, Michiko. I did it honestly. I did not care to get this position, but I ended up getting it anyway. Why can't I get like a good ending without trying to? But I always get the bad ending. Gosh darn it. Oh my god, did I hear this right? There are still some formalities that we will have to take care of before you can officially start. But what do you say? Do you want to be part of our team? Yes, of course! Alright, then we're happy to welcome you in the Naughty Cat family. Aww. Well, I got achievement, junior artist. My webcam is so dark because it's raining out. I couldn't believe it. Somehow I managed to win this competition. Somehow I managed to get a job at the game studio I've always admired. And somehow I managed to get out of this financial nightmare that this whole month has been so far. Phoenix told me to meet up with him in front of the building, but I don't see him anywhere. He didn't leave without me, right? Some people from the art team wanted to talk to me, but I don't think it took all that long. Sorry to keep you waiting, Chico. I couldn't help but look at some of the artwork in the hallways on my way out. Congrats on winning. It was a tough battle, but you deserve the position. Thanks. I don't feel right taking this position. Are you sure that you're alright, though? I mean... Siri, I didn't ask for you. I mean, what you told me the other day. I'm fine. I gave my situation some more thought, and you're right. Losing the competition isn't the end of the world. I might have wasted some time along the way, but what I learned won't go to waste. I'll somehow make this art thing work out. By the way, how is Joyce? I was pretty surprised when he suddenly called me yesterday. Wait, what? Why did he call you? Oh, you didn't know? Joyce said something about trying to expand his social circle. Ah, okay. I wonder why he didn't say anything to me. Well, you better ask about this yourself. Right. So, how about it? Want to grab some lunch? Our train doesn't leave for another hour. So this is like you going back to Joyce, or you're gonna hang out with Phoenix. Obviously staying with Phoenix. Sure, sounds good to me. I think some proper food is exactly what I need after all this excitement today. Great, I think I saw a restaurant on the way between here and the train station. Okay, so good on time. We somehow managed to get a good table without a reservation. At first I wanted to look for a different restaurant because it looked pretty expensive, but Phoenix convinced me to go inside anyway. It kind of felt like a celebration. It was a bit awkward given that Phoenix didn't win, but I suppose there weren't any hard feelings between us. The food was really good. I almost fainted when I saw the prices, but Phoenix told me he'd pay. To celebrate the occasion, as he put it. I declined. I just won $1,000 and got a new job, so there's no way I'd let Phoenix pay. Instead, I decided to pay for him as well. We had a great time, and we talked a lot more than we usually did. I think at some point I really started to like Phoenix. Eventually, we lost track of time. Thankfully, Phoenix noticed how late it had gotten before it was too late. We hurriedly paid the bill, ran to the station, and barely managed to catch our train. I'll definitely remember this day. And even if this will be our last week at the bookstore together, I don't think Phoenix and I will stop seeing each other. Sad. Welcome back, Michiko. I anxiously watched every second of the live stream. Congratulations on winning. I'm so happy. I guess for you instead of not for you. Thanks. I still can't believe I actually won. You must feel great, though. The financial burden is lifted off your shoulders and you'll start your dream job next month. Yeah, I'm a little sad that I'll leave Miss Cardhover and Snow, but I'm sure they'll manage. And it's not like this is gonna be goodbye for good. Yeah. Have you celebrated? We should celebrate. I went to a restaurant with Phoenix, but other than that, no, not exactly. Well, how about we order some pizza later tonight and just relax without any worries for once? That sounds good. Let's hang out with Joyce. Hang out with all the dudes. Let's go. That sounds really good, actually. Great, you don't even have to worry about money this time. Hell yeah. Yeah, that feels amazing. Honestly, best mood. Joyce and I spent a lazy evening at home. We ordered pizza and talked about all kinds of things. I was happy to have them there. A month ago, I was lonely and depressed and suddenly felt like my life had made a complete 180. I don't even remember the last time I went to bed feeling so happy. For the first time in ages, I was genuinely looking forward to the future. There will be tough times again for sure. The thing that has changed though is that I'm also sure that I'll be able to overcome them. This feels like the ending. Where's the ending? Good morning, Chico. Have you slept well? Yeah. Yesterday was pretty exhausting, so I slept like a stone. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Not really. After all this commotion this week, I'll probably just stay at home. Sure, that sounds good. I'm still not quite used to being here all the time, so I think I'd like that too. Sorry. Well, don't be. I'm grateful that you brought me back. Alright, well, I guess I'll go eat breakfast then. You see, I'm sure he's lonely. I took my time eating breakfast. This week had felt like the climax of an already intense month. As usual, I browsed the internet while eating and ended up reading an article about the next Titan Watch Online update. I still couldn't believe that I'll be working on the game starting next month. Maybe the update after this one will even have some of my work in it. Eventually, I was done and went back to what I wanted to be as uneventful of a Saturday as could make it. Isn't this great? You can finally relax now. You'll be able to pay rent and there's still almost a week of the month left. Yeah, that feels pretty great. Oh, is it Miss Cardover? No, it's Phoenix. Phoenix. I feel bad I'm leaving Joyce at home though. Hello? Hey Michiko, it's Phoenix. Well, hey Phoenix, did you want something? We're gonna stop here, cause slightly off time, but I feel like next episode is final episode. You know, I said that like 5 episodes ago. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
의미 없는 감정 소모해 반복된 시속 속에 이젠 지겨워지게 반복된 시속 속에